It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and we are here today. Well, I'm here today with Holiday Drop. I think it's number 6 now. We've had so many. We are nearing the end. There's only one more holiday design drop after this one. That won't be our regular clubs, our regular napkins, our regular kits. But as far as the Rub-On transfers, this is going to be it for Christmas. So we've kind of got in the last of our stock. Again, I say this is going to be it. There's this one, and then there's one more that I'm still just waiting on my the second part of the kit to arrive, so we can pack it up. It's supposedly should be on its way any time now. So I forgot to check and make sure that I'm live. I do see someone's live, so let me know if this sounds weird or it's not working. Nope, it looks like we're good now. We don't have an echo. Yay! So I wanted to jump on today. Members, you have already got the email for these. So if you're a part of our members, you get first access, 20% off. That already went out in the email this morning. I'm running a little bit late today. It is fall break here. And so Megan, my main shipper, is enjoying the fall break with her family. And I've got the high school girls filling in. And so the whole schedule this week is just a little bit wonky. Last week, well, this whole week and then next week will be the same. So, you know, we're a little bit all over the place here, but we're getting orders out. It's not quite as fast as we normally do, so thank you for being patient. I don't think we're longer. I didn't see any 3 days, so we're at least 2 days, within 2 days of shipping, but it's not going quite as fast, but that's okay. I'm going to jump in the queue tonight when one of the other girls is here and help us get going. But I am excited to share these with you. So we had the hymnal ornament makers have been flying off the shelf, and I told you I would have another coaster maker, and I do. It is here. So today, again, for members only, we're releasing the Sacred Melodies coaster maker transfers. I'm trying to get stuff out of the way here so that I can show you. And then these will be available to everyone else on Thursday. So if you're watching this and you're like, I'm not a member, I don't know what's going on, no worries. They're going to be available to the public on Thursday at 10 a.m. But for right now, they're available to any of our Crafting in Christ club members, our printables club members, or our napkin club members. So introducing you to the Sacred Hymns, or Sacred Melodies. I don't even remember what I called them. Sacred Melodies coaster transfers. So these ones you get, it's going to be the same kind of format as we had with the Sacred Seasons coaster transfers, but obviously it's a whole different theme. So we've got the hymnal, What Child Is This? And then we've got also the Christmas tree. And so this one comes with, I don't know what I've got going on, weirdness here. Okay. My other computer decided to fritz out, but I don't think it affected anything, so we good. So you've got two 4x4 squares here, and then the What Child Is This has a sweet little Mother Mary with the little baby there. It's got the whole vintage look to it. And then on the Christmas tree, again, it's a vintage style music paper. It's got some folding and creasing in it. It's got a little pine tree here. We've got some embellishments. And then we have two gift tags. So these are portions of a hymn. Again, kind of look like junk journal gift tags type deal that you can use them for cards. You can use them. I'm going to actually show how to do it on, we have these chalkboard painted gift tags. I'm going to show how to do it on there. And then we've got some extra musical pieces here. I had a ton of people with the ornament makers that were waiting for them for gifts for their music students, for their seminary students, for their choir people, their choir sisters. So I know the music was super popular, so we did a coaster set as well. Then the second set we have is O Little Town of Bethlehem and Away in a Manger. And these are the same vintage hymns that are in our 20 by 30 decoupage tissue sheets. If you've had that before or worked with that before, these hymns are featured in that. Obviously, they're much bigger in that. Hey, Kelly. Kelly says she loves these. You couldn't find a live on Facebook. Oh, no. I wonder if Facebook is... Wait. I just checked on Facebook and it was working. Oh, maybe it's being glitchy. My computer over there keeps turning on and off. Pauline, how do you join the group? There's a link in the top of the comments, Pauline, that has the club. You can go to that link and pick which club you want. Then the other two hymns that we have on this one, again, these are for size to fit the gift tags. Now, again, this is just our tag, but they could fit, you know, you could use these even on the cardboard tags, or you could actually make your own tags with cardstock as well. I should have grabbed some cardstock. That would be a good idea. So we have Silent Night and Oh Come All Ye Faithful. Hey, Cindy. Okay, it looks like we are working on Facebook because I do see some comments. Hey, Diane. Oh, Lori had problems on Facebook too. I'm sorry, guys. It's super glitchy, I swear. Then on this side, we've got a little vintage envelope. We've got an ornament, a bow, some holly, a star, the cute little Christmas tree. You're welcome, Pauline. And then we have two of the larger. These are about 3.5 by 3.5 for the circle coaster. The circle coasters. I don't know what word I was trying to think of. And then we've got some more. This is a harp with some foliage down here. We've got a Christmas tree with music notes, some more music, a smaller Christmas tree with music notes, and then some more gift tags. Thinking that if you're making the coasters, you're probably gifting them. Also, who doesn't need more gift tags for Christmas? Because I swear I never buy enough and I always run out. So those are the transfers. The kit, you guys, is going to look exactly the same as the other one. So you're going to get the set of transfers in there. Then you're going to get two of the porcelain square tiles, and those come with the cork backing. Let me get the little bag. You're going to get the precision transfer tool. I have one, so I'm going to be using my own. And yeah, so that's what's in here. And then the transfers are in here, and then you have tissue that you can play with too. So I'm just going to put that aside. And in the little bag are the little feet to your coasters and your sucker and your scripture sprinkle. So Kelly says she loves the circles. Thank you, Kelly. So with the circles, we just did the Christmas with music notes. We didn't do any particular hymn for those. Sharon, this is not for November. This is just an extra kit, just an extra holiday drop. I am working on November. I was actually finalizing some of the designs today. I thought I was further along than I was. I was not. I was unpleasantly surprised this morning or earlier today to find out that I didn't have as much done as I did. Funny story. So behind the scenes, she loves, oh, the music note tree. She loves them. Perfect. So behind the scenes, when I started designing for this month, October, I had the whole theme and everything going. And I was like, oh, this will be perfect. But for some reason, I skipped October. So I thought next month was November. So I was designing November, but I needed to be designing October. So I get almost all the way done. Like the printables are done. I looked at them again this morning. They're completely done. The napkins, I had all the designs done, but I didn't have the verses put in them yet. So I had like the backgrounds that I wanted to use, the font that I wanted to use, all of that stuff was done. And I was just kind of wrapping up. It was late that night, and I'm looking at it, and I'm realizing that when I was doing this, because it was back in September, that next month was not November, it was October. So I had to start over. I think I just went to bed that night, and then the next day I started over and started making the correct ones. But so when I went in there today, I couldn't remember how far I had actually made it. And I made it pretty far. So I needed to go in there and put the verses in, and then I can finalize them. I always like to design them and then I sleep on it. And then the next day I look at it before I order, 6,000 napkins. Make sure that I like the designs, we don't have any issues, all that kind of stuff. So I do like to sleep on it. Sharon, these are for purchase for members right now. So if you're in the Crafting in Christ Club, the Printables Club, or the Napkin Club, you do have availability to buy them right now. They get first access to everything. If you're not, don't worry. They're coming to the public on Thursday at 10 a.m. Also, if you were a member and you got the email this morning and you tried to order them, like poor Winona, and you thought they were sold out, they were not. I forgot to put the inventory in before I sent the email out. So that's the kind of week we're having. Hey, Rosie. You're welcome, Sharon. So yeah, it's been a doozy, when your normal people, your regular people are gone and you got to switch everything up. Like, Things get wonky. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how easy these are. Now, you don't have to prep these tiles at all. You can just put the transfer right on them. However, in the other tutorials that I've done, that's all I've done is just put the transfer right on them. So this one, I thought I'm going to add some color. I want to do some black around the edge of this one. And you'll see why, because once we put the transfer on there, it's going to cover the front, but it's going to leave all these sides as just white, which is fine. We did a bunch of them like that. But I just thought, let's try it a little. Let's give you some other ideas. I'm kind of scared of opening this black paint, and I've got a light color sweatshirt on. I feel like I'm asking for problems. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Can't really see how deep this is in here, but I'm just going to take and I do not have my glasses on today either, so we'll see how this works. So it doesn't need to be perfect because we are going to, the transfer is going to wrap over a little bit, but I just thought, why don't we just make these edges a little darker, and see, you can see I just kind of messed up there, but I have contacts and I have glasses, and I see better, I feel like, when I'm working on these projects with my glasses than I do my contacts. But I was already kind of late getting on here today, and so I was like, I'm just gonna wing it. So if I can't see very good, that's why. So we can just take here, and we're just gonna go just around the edge a little bit. You can wrap it around a little bit if you're worried about getting that centered. We don't need to come very far around it at all. And these tiles, if you use our tiles, they're porcelain ceramic, or ceramic porcelain. I don't know which word is supposed to go first officially, but they're super thirsty, so they will suck up and dry this paint pretty quick. You can Mod Podge on these as well. That's what a lot of people use ours for. But I'm excited to see just a little bit of a different take on these today than what we've done. And I'm probably going to be doing some layering as well with the extra designs. All right, so literally that's all we need to do. Now you can take it around the back if you want. I probably won't, because if I was going to take it around the back, I might do like the whole back again for like resell, just for a little bit of a cleaner look. And I'm just going to hit this real quick with the heat gun. I don't know why I turned on the glue. Oh, I do know why. I was like, why did I turn on my glue gun? But I grabbed some other things to play with, that's why. All right, so I just want to make sure that the edges are dry. And again, this does not take much to get these on at all. I had a question on the one of the social media posts with the other transfers about how hard they were to get them to stick to tile. So easy. Tile, wood, glass, very easy. Plastic's easy, paper, they stick to paper. So don't think just because they are transfers, coaster transfers, that you have to use them on coasters. You can use them for wherever you would use a transfer. So we're just going to simply cut out the one that we want. And it has a protective backing. So we're just going to peel that off. Like usually that comes off so easy. And then you'll see this white part here. This is actually the design. So we don't want to touch that with anything. We also want to make sure that our surface is clean so that we don't stick anything under, like get anything stuck under it. All right, so you just want to get it as centered as you can. And then it does come with this transfer tool, which I mean, for the most part, is probably all you need on these ones. The kit also comes with our precision transfer tool, which is this little guy here. So this is often what you'll see me using, just because I can get more of get some pressure in there, and I can work around the edges. So on this one, really what we want to do is get these edges, and you can see now that that edge is down, it's starting to lift a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. It almost looks like there's an air bubble in there. That means it's down and it's ready to go. So I don't want to get it super pushed down on the edges on this one, because I'm gonna, well, we'll see. If we want it, we can file the edges. I just want to see how much was left on each side. So with this one, I'm probably actually not going to file it. I'm just going to go ahead because I painted it. And I'm going to hospital corner basically the edges here. And I'm just going to wrap that down. So you can see I could have brought this, probably should have brought it down just a little bit so that my little town of Bethlehem was a little bit lower. But that is the difference between having the edges finished. Here, I'll show you one of the ones from last week. This is one we did last week where we didn't finish the edges. So it just kind of gives you a different look. So had we not finished the edges, that's what it would look like on the edge. So again, I would probably drop that down just a little bit. It's hard for me when I do these videos to get everything straight and pushed down without blocking the cameras. So a wee bit crooked, but there's one. Okay, so if you have not worked for the coasters before or you have not seen the other tutorials, you do need to seal these. So what I recommend is using a high temperature engine spray. This is a clear gloss. I got this at Lowe's. You can get other what do you call it, brands on Amazon. It doesn't have to be this brand. What you're looking for is over 500 degrees. This one's rated 550 degrees. So you spray this outside. So what you would do is do one light coat, let it sit overnight, do another light coat, let that sit overnight, and then you should be clear. You're cured enough at that point. Then after they're cured, you want to go ahead and stick the corkboard protector on. So this is just a sticker. You just stick it off and stick it on there, and then that one is ready to go. So I also want to show you, we can actually layer these. Do I want to layer this one? Maybe not. I like that one how it is. I'm not gonna layer it. Maybe we'll do a wood one next. I'm gonna do that Christmas tree one. So this one I won't prep at all. Again, you can paint the wood. If you want to paint the wood, you don't have to leave it plain. You can leave it plain. You can stain it. I might actually stain this one after it's done. Let me put this one out of the way. All right, so here we just have one of the wooden coasters that comes in the kit. See if I can do a better job of getting it centered. The other way to do it is to actually put the transfer down and then come in and put the whatever piece you're using above it. That might be a little bit easier if you're worried about getting it centered. So again, now this one does have a tree on the background, but I want to show you just a different way that you could possibly layer this one. So again, we want to make sure the whole center is flat, and then we want to come around and just work the edges a little bit. And that's also going to help the design start separating from the sheet that it's on. Now, if you feel if it's lifting, it's not quite ready. So just keep working it. The other thing that you can do if you are having a little bit of issues, you can hit it with the heat gun, warm it up a little bit. You can do that before you put it on the actual surface of whatever you're using, and that can help release it as well. So that's a little tip I got from Yvonne at Southern Designs and Finds. That was a great little tip that she had. All right, so I'm going to come through here. I'm just getting the edges. Exit. I do have the post office should be picking up like any minute, so my dogs might be trying to go a little crazy. Exit. All right. Oh, sheesh. All right, hold on. We're going to get an edge here. There we go. Okay, you just kind of have to get like one edge that you can get. Exit. And then it will start coming off. Again, if you feel it lifting, don't fight it. Come back in and like rub it, because otherwise what's going to happen is we'll stretch out that vinyl and we'll stretch out the words. Exit. My son's outside. I don't even know how he's outside in the heat. It's still like 100 degrees here. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and peel that off. I did see that was lifting just a little bit, so we're just gonna come through and push it back down. Now, what I'm gonna do with this one is, one, because it's wood, you can file the porcelain ones as well. I really don't like the sound of filing it, so that's kind of why I went with painting today. But we're just gonna come through and file, we're just pushing back, and then we're just gonna be able to sand that little extra edge off that we don't need, because it is just a hair bigger than our coaster that we used for this one. Now you can get coaster tiles. We obviously carry them. They're here with the kit. We have individual ones that you can buy if you need extra. I've also seen people use tiles from the home improvement stores. I have, when I was very first starting, would get the Dollar Tree tiles coasters, and I would paint the one side that had the design, and then I would use those and I would decoupage over them. But you could use the transfers too. Just know that if the design has like a raised feel, then you're going to see that in the transfer when you put it on. So just make sure it's a completely flat coaster for the best results. Okay, so we've got our one transfer on there, and then I'm just going to show you how I'm going to take this little Christmas tree here, and we can layer these transfers too. So this one, it has a Christmas tree on this side, but for some dimension and depth, I was just going to add another one over on this other side. So I'm just going to come right over it. Another question I get is, oh, there's a delay. Hold on. I don't know why this computer is giving me problems. Hold on, let me fix that. Okay, there we go. I knew that computer was it went to sleep. It was gonna cause problems eventually. Okay, I don't know where it stopped showing you, but all I've done is I've cut out the tree and I laid it over the top here. And then my computer got possessed. Okay, so a question I get all the time is, can I use the rub-on transfers over decoupage? Yes, as long as your decoupage, your Mod Podge is dry, like completely dry, then you can go ahead and put rub-on transfers over it as well. So you can put them on canvas, paper, wood, glass, plastic. It just needs to be a clean, dry surface. The flatter it is, the easier it is. The only thing I've had problems with the transfers on is the old wax candles that we used to have. They were like faux wax. I couldn't get it to stick to the candle. However, I know there's some ladies on here that they did get that to work. Diane says it's cute. Thank you. Okay, so we just need to be careful when I'm lifting this one up. So I don't lose any of it. So I'm just gonna keep working. So I don't want to lose any of my little pine needles. But there we go. So you can see we've just layered that one right on top of the other one. So you would want to do this before you seal it so you can get it sealed in there good. And then with this one, I think I am going to come in and take the wax. So I like, if you have not seen me before, I like the Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in brown. That's my go-to wax. And then this is our antique applicator tool. So we just kind of put it in here, and this is the paper plate that I recycle like every week. That's why I use a new one. But we're just going to go in here, and I'm just going to hit it with the antique wax. And then this is just going to help bring that coaster into the same, you know, feel as the antique transfer. And with these, you can always add more. So I do tend to go in with a little bit of a lighter hand, and then I will come in with a little heavier. You can take it off, not all of it, but you can lighten it, come back with a wet rag and take some of it off, but it's just easier, I feel, if you build it. Okay, I just have some little pieces left over from when I was sanding. There we go. All right, so now we've got our wood has a closer feel to our transfer. And you can come up and bring the antiquing over too, if you want to add to it a little bit. But there we go. Okay. Harriet says thank you for her box of things that she ordered. She loves everything. You are welcome, dear. Cindy loves it. Cindy is addicted to all the Christmas transfers, and she always wants more. I know. We are just about out of the currently, I know we've had to reorder. We're just about out of the nativity ones. So the nativity light ones, if you liked that one, grab them now. I did talk to my manufacturer yesterday, and we're going to try and get some more before the end of the season, but no promises because this is kind of late in the season to be ordering things, but they do love me, so fingers crossed. I'm hoping to be able to get some more. I just don't want to promise it. So that is the one I know that we're lowest on right now. I wasn't expecting it to do as well as it did because we'd already released nativity ones. Had to get some coffee refresher there. All right, so there's a couple of the coasters. I'm going to come back and do a circle one here in a minute, but let's play with some other things. So this is, again, just one of our white chalk painted gift tags. I think these are sold in a set of 4. But again, you can get gift tags wherever you, at any hobby store. Again, you could take the template and make them out of cardstock, which again, if I would have remembered to bring cardstock in here, I totally would have done that. But I forgot. So with these particular gift tags, the dark brown spot doesn't really fit in the gift tag, so I kind of just get the middle-ish. So I really want to use this little cute kid with the stocking. I think it's a little girl. Maybe it's a little boy. It has suspenders on. It's a little vintage kiddo with their stocking, and I just think it is the cutest, so I think I'm going to use that one. So these ones are already prepped. Like they already have, they're already chalk painted, so I don't have to do any prep on that. And I think I'm going to do the upside down method so I can see through this hole. And apologies if my head goes over the camera because I'm just concentrating here. But I'm just trying to get the best I can to like line up with that hole. Okay, so pretty good. Now this is when I am going to sand off the excess as well so that I get a nice clean edge on it. So we do have that whole lip that's overlapping the bottom there. I'm just not going to rub that part in very much. But I am going to have to like get one edge down pretty good to be able to start peeling it off. You see, if I don't have anything down, it's just going to come right back off with it. Not what we want. Now again, this is a finished, whatchamacallit, gift tag that I'm working with. So depending on what type of paint this is, I don't remember if I had issues with when I did this with the other one. Sometimes they come right off and sometimes you really got to work at them. So we'll see. Oh, I can see it giving a little bit now. Okay, there we go. Oh. Now it is always going to be a little bit tricky when like this little flap right here doesn't have anything to stick to. So it's not wanting to grab anything. Well, it doesn't have anything to grab, so this is where I'm going to keep working the side so I can see if I can get one edge of the side to stick. Just thinking about it. I was trying to do it without wrapping the design around, but it just doesn't want to do it without wrapping. So I did have to wrap that edge around just to get it to release, which is okay because we're just going to come and we're going to file it off anyway. But I was trying to not get it like so attached there, but sometimes you just got to do what it wants to do. So again, no big deal. I'm just going to come through and I'm going to sand off all of it, just lightly sand because this is already finished and I don't want to sand off the finishing. You go through and take off the parts that I don't need. And again, this is kind of a junk journal style design. That's what it's supposed to look like. A little bit messy, a little bit aged, antique, not perfect. Everything's at an angle. Oh. My doggy, she hears something. All right, so we just want to get all the way around. Oops, that was just a little piece there. So then what we can do is we can go ahead and put our rope back through here. You can even switch this out and use ribbon. I'm actually going to do a loop. I always like to loop my string through here. You could leave this just as it is. If you were concerned with it getting scraped up, or if it's going to travel a distance, or you're worried about getting caught on anything, you can seal this. You can seal it with Mod Podge, or you could do an acrylic spray. I usually like the acrylic spray just because I tend to overwork everything. So if I start coming at this sucker with Mod Podge, I'm probably going to mess it up because I got a heavy hand when it comes to the Mod Podge. But there's our cute little gift tag. So we could use that with the coasters. We could use that on a gift. You still have the back here. You could write a message on here or a verse, or we could actually take any of these other transfers and do them on the back. What do we have? I don't know. I kind of like that one. Let's do it. So think of like this is just a little gift tag for the music lover in your life. Do we have anyone on that plays an instrument. My son plays piano, and we have him in piano and violin. I played flute back in the day. I have not picked up a flute in I don't know how many years. I don't even know where my flute is. I think we found it when we were moving. And you would think playing a flute after playing it for so many years, like all of junior high, all of high school, that you would like pick it up, right? And you would just be able, you would know how to do it. No, I couldn't even remember where to put my fingers. Is it large enough to be used as a bookmark? I have a hard time judging the size. You could use it as a bookmark. Here, I have my Bible right here. We'll give it a try, Sandy. Let's try it. It's fat. It's not as thin as a bookmark would be. Like the tag is thick. I don't know how many millimeters it is, but. All right, so these ones, you just want to make sure that you get it down. If it's coming up like it is right now, then stop what you're doing. This is another good reason for the precision transfer tool. It started to come up. It wasn't quite ready to come off, but I had already like stretched it a little bit. So I just came in here and pushed it back down. So again, just don't go too quickly. If it's not ready, if it ain't ready, it ain't ready. So you just want to be careful, again, especially straight lines. If you come up too quick, then your straight line will not be straight and you will be sad. So there's the back, there's the front, so cute. All right, we're gonna test it out for Cindy here. Woo! Thought I was gonna lose my whole shelf there. All right, this is the only book I got over here. So you could totally use these as a bookmark. It is a little bit of a thicker tag. Cindy, I don't know if you can see it in there. If you are gonna use it as a bookmark, I would probably seal it, just because the transfers, especially in the Bible, it doesn't have a sticky feel, but this type of paper and the transfer, I would just think after a long period of time, especially if there was any type of humidity or any temperature, then it might get tacky. That's the only thing I'd worry about. So I would seal it if you're going to use it as a bookmark, or if you're going to resell them. Anything that you're reselling, guys, seal, okay? Just out of customer courtesy, because you don't know how they're going to use it. You don't know how they're going to store it. You don't know where they're going to put it, or if it's going to be what kind of environment or things. Is it going to be near water? Like, you don't know. So if you're going to resell, I always say just seal it. Okay, so let's do the round coaster, because that one is a little bit tricky from the one that comes with the kit. So these are about 3.5 size, where the square is exactly 4 inches. So you've got about a 1/2 inch on either side of here, all the way around. These are supposed to be 3-inch coasters, and they are. Well, actually, they're 4-inch coasters, but they're supposed to be 4. They're 4-inch coasters. Our ornaments for 3 inches. Sorry, I got 3 inches on the brain. But you have that 1/2 inch all the way around. So, options that you can do. If you were super wanting it exact, you could take this on the back and you could trace it, and then you can cut it, which I have not done yet. So maybe we do that today. Let's just do that today, because I've done it 2 other ways too. So we'll do it this way, and then I'll show you the other way. All right, so here's one way. We're gonna trace, and we're just gonna cut that exact circle. So I don't want to ruin any of the other designs. And again, we just did this on the back, so no big deal. Now, the only tricky part with doing it this way is sorry, you can't even see. Once we peel this back off, there really isn't going to be any area that we can touch without touching the design. So that's where it's going to get a little tricky. Okay, and I think to solve that, I'm going to do it this way. Bear with me. I'm just making this up as I go here. Hold on. I was doing so good with cutting, and then I think right there I did like a little bobble. Okay. My concern is, because here's to be the tricky part. If we cut all of this, we don't have anything to hold on to. So we need like a little something to hold on to. So I'm going to cut this, but I'm going to leave myself like the tiniest little thing to hold on to. I'm not even breathing. Can you hear? I'm like, all right. So I've left like, I don't know, what is that? A centimeter? I've left like a centimeter. It's cut all the way through. I don't know. Oh, it is. It is. Okay. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Okay. So this is what I'm working with. So leave yourself like a little tail so that we can get this down, and then we can cut that off. All right, I feel like that's pretty good. All right, now we can come over here and we can cut this last little bit off. There we go. Now I do have this little section right here that got a little wonky. There we go. So you can see we have a pretty good all the way around there. So this is not the way I did it the other was it last week or the week before when we did it? So I'm just showing you different ways that you can do it. The other option is you can just put it on there and we can sand it off. And then the third option is you can actually make little cuts. And I'll show you that one next. So if you're like, oh, Melanie, I don't want to cut, I don't want to do that, then I'm going to give you another option as well. So we probably could have went in here a little bit tighter with our circle too. So again, the wood, I feel, is just so, it goes on so easy. Like, it doesn't even want to stay on the sheet. It just is coming right off. Okay, so now we have like our little edges. So we can do the same way that we did the other one. You can either file the edges, or you can go through and just work your way around and just push it down, because this particular coaster does have a little bit of a lip, like it's a beveled edge. So cutting it nicely, which is why I cut it, because when I filed it last time, I didn't get as clean of a look as I wanted. So that's why I'm like, let's try another way to do this. So again, clean, dry hands. And then we can just bend that all the way around the beveled edge. So let me show you the one where we filed it last time. This one is filed, and we'll see if you can see it in there. I don't know how well that's focusing. Let me do it this way. Trying to see, but you can see like the edge isn't as, I don't want to say perfect because that's not going to be perfect, but you can see right here, like you don't get as fine of a line, where when we cut it, you get like that nice line all the way around. Again, it's not perfect, but it's way nicer than, for me, like I didn't like how this was doing this. And then this one is antiqued, so I did take the wax on it like I did the other one, and then this one is not. And I would just leave this one. I'm not going to play with it. But let's see what else, if we can add anything else. What do we have on here? What else we got? You could add more notes to it. You could add the little bow to it. We could add the holly. We could add the star. I'm not going to mess with it because I really like the simplicity of this one, but you could add the bow to the bottom of the tree. If I move the tree up a little higher, I could totally done that. That would have been cute. So there is our circle done one way. So the other way would be to sand it off. Hey, Diane. The third way I'm going to show you is the way that we did this one. And this one actually, I don't know if you can see it. So this one, you can see there's more all the way around, but it doesn't, it's not as even. I don't know if you can see all the little wrinkles all the way around. I wasn't a big fan of all the wrinkles. So the way that I did that one is I cut out the circle. I put the coaster on it, like stuck it to it. So cut all the way around, stick it onto the coaster this way. And then I actually took my scissors and I just snipped all the way around to make like breaking points so that you could bend over the breaking points. If you do that, it's going to look like this, which is fine. It's just a more wrinkly textured look. That is not my favorite. So I don't even want to demonstrate that again because it wasn't as clean. But when you get your coasters, the tutorial that's in there is this tutorial of me doing it that way. But I just feel this way I just did it much cleaner. I really like that look a lot. So that's the one I recommend. So those are 3 coasters. We still have all of these designs. I did bring a couple other things to play with. So we'll see what we got here. Put those away. All right, what else do I got here? Okay, I got another one of these. This is from Hobby Lobby, $3.99, but it was part of their, hey, Wendy. Wendy was on her phone with her friends from Florida. I was going to mention, and I am going to close this out in prayer when we leave today because I didn't want to do prayer at the beginning because I know like it takes a few minutes for people to get on and they you all wouldn't be here. So I do want to close out in prayer for everyone in the path of the hurricane. So I will be doing that when we wrap this up here. Okay, so things that you could do for this little sign here. I like just doing one little design in the corner so then I could do like chalk paint or something with it. So any of these fun little bright ones, like even just this little holly right here would be so cute because it's going to pull in that red from the frame. So again, I just got this at Hobby Lobby and it was part of their, I don't know, all their holiday stuff being on sale. Connie says she's just watching and listening while preparing for the storm. Oh, she lives in Plant City, Florida. All right, we need to be lifting Connie up when we get to our little prayer part here. All right, so with this one, I just need to cut the edges a little bit because it's not fitting where I need it to squish in there. I want to squish it in the corner here. So again, this is just a painted surface, this frame. I just bought this frame like this, and then I'm going to just add this little transfer to it. And then I can take either my 24 karat gold pen, you know, my favorite pen. I need to get a new chalk marker, like a chalk paint marker. Truth be known, I stink at writing. So I might actually have one of the girls. If I'm going to write anything cute on here, I'm going to probably have one of the girls do it because their handwriting is way better than mine. If you've seen your order, the ones that you can hardly read that look like doctor scribble, those are probably me. And then the ones that are adorable and have all the little hearts, that's one of the girls. They make it all so cute. Okay, so I just added that in the corner right there. You could totally just resell this like this. However, I have been wanting to try, you guys look what I got. This is a stack of fabric I got from Amazon. I already did like one little tear to make sure that I could tear it. It wasn't as easy as I thought to tear it though. So I don't know what the secret is, but I got this fabric because I keep seeing people make like these cute little scrappy bows, and you're probably supposed to tear all this fabric before you get on your live, but you know me, I'm always just flying by the seat of my pants. I don't know what the key is to tearing this fabric, you guys. Is it like cutting it first? Maybe. I probably cut the wrong way. Oh, well, yeah, that helps. All right, it does help if you cut it. Good to know. All right, so I am just gonna grab, like, I literally just grabbed like a bunch of just stuff. But I was so excited to get this fabric. It's all different, like buffalo check sheets. I don't remember how much it was, but I was just thinking I can make so many bows with this. Just because I've been dying to do this scrappy bow thing. Okay, yes, the key is definitely to cut it first. All right, it probably just depends on how big you want this. I'm going to bring some red back in here. They have like different patterns, so like all this stuff kind of goes together. I think I got like Christmas buffalo check or something. Of course I did. You know I did. If it's buffalo check, like I gotta have it. Okay, I feel like that's pretty good size for this project. I don't know. I need to bring in this. I gotta bring in this stripey. Hold on. I guess I could cut more than one thing at a time here. This fabric reminds me when I was little, I would get to go stay at my grandma's house, and she had this bag of rags, and she would take, my hair was long, and she would take these rags, and I don't know what she was doing, but she would take the rags and like wrap my hair around the rags and then like tie the rags up, and then I would sleep on that. And the next day I would have like the cutest, curliest hair, like my little Shirley Temple ringlets. And every time I see like strips of fabric now, I just remember my grandma doing my hair in those rags. Wendy, you don't have a Hobby Lobby. Wendy, you need to move. Just kidding. Okay, so I stacked this all on the, you know what? I think I'm gonna do it backwards. I stacked that all. Oh, I gotta make it so you can see. I stacked it all there, and now I gotta do it backwards. All right, so I'm just using my Bodabra thinger here, and you're just gonna crisscross. You can put jute in here. You can put raffia in here. Again, I was just so excited because I keep seeing these messy bows, and I've been wanting to make one. This is my first one, guys. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. I will tell you I have strings everywhere and my nose itches. I don't know if that's from the fabric or just because I'm on, what? I was going to say because I'm on TV. I'm not on TV. But I might be on somebody's TV. I saw there were some YouTube watchers here. Okay, so this is kind of basically what you get, and it probably needs a little bit of a haircut. Just a little bit. I don't want to take out any of the personality. Okay, so I just double tied it there. And then we can come over here to our sign. Now, I could put it on this side, which if I do, it's going to hide the little rub-on transfer there. So I do think I'm going to put the little bow on this side, and then this part will be open for whatever anyone wants to put on it. See, Wendy knows what I'm talking about. Yes, we used rags to curl our hair when we couldn't afford the pink curlers. See, that's what my grandma was doing. She saved all those rags. I don't even know what it was. She was a quilter, so it was probably scraps of fabric from quilting for sure. Question? I can't read that. What does it say? Can David come over? Yes, as long as you guys are quiet. My kid's passing me notes here while I'm on my tutorial. All right, I'm just gonna cut it, and then I'm just gonna put this right here in the corner. Now you could use this for an ornament, like if your tree is big enough. Like we have 10-foot ceilings, so our tree will be big enough for this. But how cute is this? All right, I am in love with the fabric bows now. They're my favorite. I'm gonna have to be getting more of this, more of these little fabrics. I did save her card, so it came via Amazon, but it did have this in there. So JubileeFabric.com, exclusive homespun fabrics, tobacco cloth, kids rag style patterns, tutorials, primitive decor, and more. So let me share Jubilee Fabric. And then it came with this cute little tag, so I saved it because of course we're using that for something. But that's what came in the package with the fabric. So again, she has all different kinds of patterns, and what I loved was they were all like themed. So, you know, not like themed, but they're all matchy. I don't do so good at matching the colors and stuff together. That's not my thing. But if I can buy it already matched, I'm there. So how cute. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with these little bows. So cute. I love it. All right, so we did that little sign, and then I had another one of these. You guys saw me do one of these the other day from Daiso. So this is from the Japanese dollar store. Oh, Wendy says Michael's is the big craft store here. Oh, I love me some Michael's, Wendy. Connie says very cute. So this is from the, and again, I'm not going to go over this super thick. I just want to kind of blend in this spot that where I took when you take the labels off of these, it takes the paint off. Probably because it's from the Japanese dollar store. So, you know, we're not getting the best quality here. And if I remember correctly, I did have a little bit of hiccup last time getting the transfer to stick to this. It's coming back to me now. I'm having flashbacks. But these are super cheap. So I think these were like, I don't know, $1. They were no more than $3. And I don't even think they were that. They were like $2, I think. And I love them because what I like to do with these is after we make them all cute, you can use, I gotta see what I have in here. So obviously this isn't the best one, but what you want to get is, mine are packed up. My frame just took a dive. Is these cute little plants. Oh my gosh. I got these there too. So in the spring, you know, you could use these cute little plants in them. But what I want to do, once my Christmas is unpacked, I have these little pots and they have poinsettias in them. So I'm going to put the poinsettias in here. But I was just trying to give you an idea of like what it would look like. You have to use your imagination right now because my Christmas is still packed away. But what we can do is the transfers work on this as well. So we can do, again, we'll figure out, I've got what child is this? I feel like I'm gonna lose Mary on that one. I kind of want one where I can, I'm not gonna lose the bottom of the design because this is almost like a 3x3 where the transfers we're working with is a 4x4. So if you have the ornament makers, those would fit better on there too. As it should be. It's way too early to have Christmas out yet. I know, Whitney. We just got our fall like done and our yard done for the trick-or-treaters and stuff. My husband thinks we still need to do more, but I'm just not feeling. I'm tired. Like between the weather, it's still 100 degrees here. Like they're cooking us. So it's hard to think about fall when, you know, it's still 100 degrees. All right, so I'm just trying to trim this up just a little bit because I don't need all of this. And make sure before I cut it. Oh yeah, we're good. I'm gonna get too happy and cut it and then it's not gonna fit. Oh my gosh. Wendy says it's cold. There's only 49 degrees. Oh my gosh. I would love it. Although the only thing that's doing good right now is my husband is still working on our fireplace. Like, I don't have my fireplace. So this weather is giving him more time to work on the fireplace. All right. I still think I have like way too high here. So I did already peel it. So I'm going to have to be really careful with this. Don't do what I just did and cut it after you already peel it. That's not ideal. Because it is wanting to stick to my fingers now. And everything else. I think my husband's home. Dixie. Yes. My husband's home, so they have to let everyone know. Oh, no. Hey. Hi. Oh, go clock it. Just kidding. I have employees here. I was not keeping track of time. I'm going to have you do the kids again, hun. Well, Miss Haley just got here. She's going to be working on making some kids. I thought it was my husband coming home. So oh, sorry, you can't even see. I went a little bit longer than I usually do. I just wanted to give you all some more ideas of, you know, what you can do. You don't just have to use them on coasters. So again, with this one, I would probably come in here and just antique it up a little bit. Because it kind of looks almost like an old label on here, which is a super cute look. So again, then you can just take and put your Christmas florals in here. Again, this isn't ideal. I would rather use like a poinsettia in a pot or something. Or you could put an actual plant in here to just make sure, obviously, that it has draining. You could do all four sides as well. But again, just another way to use this. So I think that's a lot of ideas for you guys. So again, if you're doing the coasters, you want to make sure that you get to seal them. The coasters, you want to seal them with 500 degree or more of the, again, this is just an engine spray. So you'll do one light coat, let it sit 24 hours, spray the stuff outside, it's super stinky. Then do a second light coat, wait another 24 hours, and then by then you should be good and they should be cured. At that point, you're going to want to go ahead and put the backs on. So for the wooden ones, we have, y'all, I just have a big old mess here. They're in the little bag. Oh, right here. We have the little feet. So on here, there's little like circular. You just pop them out and you put the feet on the back of the wood ones. For the tile, each of the tiles comes with the coaster with the cork back, which I have. Anyway, it looks like this. I don't know what I did with the one that I had, but each of them comes with that. So the coaster kit has 6 coasters. You get 2 of the porcelain square, 2 of the wooden square, 2 of the wooden round. You get the transfer tool, the little feet, and the 3 sheets of transfers. And the sheets come like this. You can also buy the transfers by themselves. Those are available too. Again, these are only available for members right now. So members, when I get off of here, I will take pictures and put the link in the group, in the private group. But they will be available to everybody else this Thursday at 10 a.m. Check your email. We'll also be sharing on social. And then we also made this cute little, this sign that I got was part of Hobby Lobby's fall sale. So it was $2, but it's all 50% off. They have a white, they have the red, and then they have just like a natural colored one. And then we just added the scrappy ribbon bow. Again, this could be used as an ornament or a little sign. Cute little neighbor gift. Then we also did the little cube, and we made a gift tag with the transfers. We did both sides on the gift tag. You could still write a little message here. So how cute is that? So these are available. Again, this is the, I think, number 6 holiday drop. We have one more holiday drop. I'm just waiting on the last little piece of the kit to arrive. Supposedly it hit the port this morning, so we'll see as soon as we get those. I was gonna drop them next week. I'm not 100% sure I will have everything in time to drop them next week, which I'm super bummed about. If I do, we'll make it happen. If I don't, it's gonna be the week after. But that's gonna be our big Christmas kit, and I'm super excited about it. I wish I could show you, but I don't have anything. I don't have everything here. But that is the transfers. Oh, poor Wendy says she's reading all day. 49. Is there a gift tag in October's craft kit? Yes, there is a gift tag in October's craft kit. Wendy, that's a great idea. I bet that one is almost the side that you need, and you could cut it down if it's not. I'm trying to remember. It might be a little bit longer. I should know. I've stuffed enough of those bags. But you could cut the actual one in your October kit down a little bit, and this should fit it. So that's a great idea, Wendy. Yeah, paper gift tags would work too. Cardstock, old cards, all of that. Dixie, stop. Dixie, stop. Dixie, get over here. You got her, bud? Before we wrap up today, I do want to just stop, and I ask that you join me in praying for Florida and the East Coast right now with the hurricane that's coming in. We have a big God, and I know that he could speak a word and that thing could go away. So I'm just going to ask you to join with me just really quickly here for a moment in prayer for Florida. So Father God, we just come together. We come together as women of faith, Lord, as devout followers of you, and we call on your name and we call on your power. We know that none of this is a surprise to you, Lord, and everything has to go through your hands. But we ask for your protection, Lord. We ask you that the people in Florida, Father, that they would be spared. We ask you to speak your peace into the storm, Lord, that you would just put your sovereign hand upon it, Lord, and that not one single life would be lost. We ask that you would give those that are there wisdom and direction, Father, that you would give them peace, that they would turn to you, and that they would not be taken over by the spirit of fear, Lord, because we know that is not of you, but is of the enemy. And we also claim the promise that says, when 2 or more to gather together, Lord, there you are. And so we just come in agreement with your will. And again, we just ask you to just stop the storm, Lord. We ask you to just do what only you can do, Lord. And again, we just ask that you would give us all peace, Lord. There would be peace, that those that are there would feel your presence, that you would give them wisdom, that you would give them guidance, that you would give them resources, Lord, and that they would see you through all of this as thy will is done. And we just ask this in your mighty name. Amen. So I would please ask you to continue praying for all those in Florida and all those affected. It's been a rough week and a half overall, especially, not saying it's rougher for those that are going through this. I know being so far away from so many states that are affected feels hopeless. And so all I know how to do in these, besides, donating resources that we can, is to pray. And I still believe that prayer is the most powerful thing that we can do. It's not the last resort, it's the first resort. I still believe in the God of miracles, and I've seen amazing things happen through the devastation that has happened. And I know he's not done working. So I would just ask that you guys all continue to pray and keep them in your hearts, and keep us posted. Those of you that are in the group, let us know if there's things that we can do for you, if you're affected, if there's specific people that we can pray for. Please let us know. So so that we can come in agreement with you for those prayers. Connie says God is faithful. She teaches third grade and she's worried about her kids as well. We're lifting you all up, Connie, for sure. Yeah, so that's it for today. Again, keep them all in your prayer. I love you guys. I thank you for jumping in today. Yeah, so stay tuned for the next one. If you guys need anything, you know where to reach out to me. But again, thank you all. And until next week, happy crafting.